And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Arnold Holiday News, the only news you'll ever need because, well, you have no other choice. Don't you worry, I am back for my direct-to-video gaming division duties, and today we got a big update. I want to get straight to it. There are more free Zetas being given out, and you know what? I'm gonna make a call. I want you guys, if you can fit it into your budget, to make this happen to ensure you don't miss out on these Zeta things that are going on in the game. We got a new update in the game. Master Qui-Gon, or Master Qui-Gon Poncho edition is here in the game. They're making Juhani a lot more easily accessible, and we kind of got a little brief teaser, I should say, when the road ahead is on its way to Star Wars Galaxy Heroes. Let's get to work, people. Hop on over. First thing I need to put on your radar is this. Gary, bring him on over here. Huh? All right, here we go. So the most important thing I want to bring to your attention is, first and foremost, this right here. We have another Zeta giveaway in a similar vein to the unaligned Force user Jedi Cal requirement. And I'm going to make a call because, you know, we're kind of having to piece this together because developers haven't really given us much heads up on how the heck this works. This seems to be very similar to how if you had Cal cast as Baby Cal or Marin, one of the Jedi Cal requirements, you will get Zetas when these special events come around. It's starting to make sense because now they're doing this with the Gungans. It seems like whatever the new faction of the year is, they're trying to incentivize you to work on some of these characters by doing additive drops or Zetas. Chirotechs are also going to be additive. Now, I don't know if they're going to stop doing the Jedi Cal requirements moving forward, but it looks like now the Gungans are going to be the focus point. And now maybe if you have at least one of the Gungans at 7 stars, you'll be able to cash in on this. So first and foremost, this event was pulled through the data mines here, and it's going to be starting on June 3rd, 2024, ending on June 6th, 2024. So we have a little bit of time before we got to worry about this event. But as we see here, Boss Naz, he's going to be an additive drop on the light side battle nodes. We have Tarples, who's going to be added to the fleet battle nodes. Gungan Bombardier will be added to the mod battle nodes for this time period. We also have the Phalanx, which is going to be added on the Cantina battle as an additive drop. But now this is where things get interesting. And the problem is here, they don't really explain how to get access to this. So we have to make a little bit of an assumption just based off the Cal requirement special events they have. But they're going to be giving out Mark 7 Chirotech on the mod battles. So when you send mod battle stuff, you get Chirotech. But let's hold thoughts from what we also have. The Mark 9 Chirotech is going to be added to the fleet battles for that June 3rd, June 6th period. And the things that we probably really care about, because especially my Lightspeed Zeta, Lightspeed owners out there, you're kind of starved out on Zetas. We have Omega drops. They're going to be given out on the light side and dark side battle nodes. And then finally, the Zetas are going to be added on the Cantina node. So just like we just had, my goodness, what was it, 2 weeks ago, if that? It seems like the same models here. However, again, I'm making a bit of an assumption because you couldn't get the Zeta drops unless you had one of the requirements at 7 stars, and the easiest one to get was Baby Cal because he was on a Cantina node. So I want to bring you guys on over to the game, kind of pieces together, and then we're going to talk about the next month's login awards as well as the road ahead and a couple other minor things here. Gary, bring him on over to the game. 3, 2, 1, let's make it happen. Okay, so we're going to run with this this assumption. Now remember, I can't promise you anything, but I'm trying to give you the best, I guess, conclusion based off what I seen last time. And I just don't want people missing out on all these Zetas if this is going to be something like with the Cal requirements where it happens 3, 4 times in a year span, because that's a lot of Zetas. Just this last cycle, I was able to bag like 50, 60 Zetas. So if you want to play it on the safe side, you're a betting person, and you think this is going to be the future for the next year where they're going to do all these exclusive drops for Zetas, Omegas, whatever you have, I think the easiest one to get up and running is going to be Captain Tarples. Captain Tarples is on a Cantina battle node. Downside is only single drop. But again, 2-way, very cheap energy. You can get this guy up and running very quickly. And if it's following the same model like the Cal stuff, if you have this guy at 7 stars, whenever they do these Zeta drop events, you will be able to cash in on it. Otherwise, you'll get shards of the characters, which is great, but you won't be able to get the Zetas. So I'm just putting it out there. I don't want to say, you know, mark my words, but it feels kind of crappy when we don't get the heads up, and it's kind of intentional. They want to reward people who spend the money. They don't want to reward people who aren't wailing on the game. Come on, that'd be absurd, right? So yeah, I had to let a little bit of cynicism get in there. So if you want my opinion, farm this And if they do this over the next year, you'll be able to stay on top of these Zeta events, assuming it's a similar model, assuming they're not changing anything, assuming they're not requiring everything. Again, they're not giving us many details, just like the Cal stuff, but we're using assumptions to make this conclusion. All right. All right. So hopefully you guys are able to get a lot of Zetas. If not now, maybe the next couple times if they do repeat this event here. Now, like other few little tidbits that we have, come back on over. We have our June mystery chest here. It looks like we're having two of them. One of them is going to be giving Gungans. So it's probably going to help out a little bit with your Gungan grind. For June, they're going to be giving out Gungans, energy, you know, some ability materials. Freebies are freebies. Again, has to be in the web store. Or sometimes they show up in the new PC app, which it looks like they're doing more rollouts. So it seems like they're getting closer and closer to global launch. But also for next month, we have another mystery chest, which is going to be giving out Saj Ventress, Talia, Night Sister Acolyte, or Night Sister Initiate. And here's the thing, I don't know. Generally, the calendar usually means, you know, something, you know, the little teaser. I don't know if they're maybe, you know, because next month we have the Acolyte TV show, but the Acolyte's not about Night Sisters as far as I'm aware. So I don't know if that's, or it could just be complete freebies, has no connection, or maybe there's something new Night Sister related happening. What if they do like a new Thrawn that has like Night Sister synergies? Again, I don't know if we can let our magic go wild. Not a lot to work off of here. We also have the June bonus calendar, which is going to be giving out Scout Troopers. So again, unrelated things. So that's why I'm not looking too much into it, because here we have Gungans, here we have Night Sisters, here we have Scout Troopers. It could just be good, useful things out there. And as we see right here, we already kind of mentioned this, but just to highlight one more time, for a limited time, select PvE nodes, as we just kind of broken down here, we'll receive bonus drops, as we've already said, June 3rd, June 6th, June 3rd, June 6th, June 3rd, June 6th. All right, mark it in the calendars. A few other things I want to get on the conversation, my friends. We have the update notes here. Master Qui-Gon is here, which we will be testing out tomorrow. Really excited to get my hand on him and see what we can do pre-Queen Amidala if you're not getting him. And we also have the Gungan Bombardier, who's been farmable on light side 6A, which is replacing Juhani. And I've been loving that they've been doing this lately. It's been amazing seeing this, because at one point they're like, no, we're not going to do this. And now they're doing it. So really happy to see Juhani is going to be in the Galactic War shipments. And if you're farming Starkiller, you need Juhani and her Omicron to make Starkiller even mildly useful inside of territories. Otherwise, Starkiller just useless. Whereas Juhani Omicron makes Starkiller very, very solid in the territory war atmosphere there. Otherwise, a couple little fixes that they had going on here. Nothing too crazy going on here. The last thing I guess we could really highlight here before we wrap up this episode of AHN, we kind of have our first little conversation starting to roll for the road ahead. I mean, we're kind of wrapping up this Phantom Menace. I mean, the only thing we got to wait for is Queen Amidala, Master Qui-Gon tomorrow, the Naboo raid. You know, it's probably going to happen after at least Queen Amidala, right? You know, it's kind of weird to start it early if you don't have all the units available in game yet to add it. So you know, it's starting to look like maybe June. It's probably going to be our date. Who knows? Maybe it could be next week for all we know here. So the point is, we're wrapping up everything we were told in the road ahead from last time. And someone was asking in the forums, when's the road ahead coming? It feels like it should be right around the corner. Well, Meathead showed his little head here, and he popped up saying, hey, soonish, heavy on the ish. So what this is mean, it's in the soon atmosphere, but more on the ish side, where I wouldn't expect it like this week, next week. So probably June seems to be when we're hitting that road ahead. And I'm going to be honest, I mean, I don't know where we're heading here. You know, we can all speculate, but you know, for the most part, we were able to kind of have reasonable guesses where we're going. I actually don't know 100% where we're heading off to here, but I want to end on this. This is awfully weird. Maybe this is a little teaser. You know, this next road ahead likely is going to announce, if I had to guess, the next Galactic Legend. Last road ahead that we had last year announced Galactic Legend. It was in the summer, so June, July of 2023. Something weird happened in Galaxy of Heroes that I didn't notice until you guys pointed out. So you guys remember where we had let me pull it up here. We had briefly a new Grandmaster Yoda profile pic that was added in the game. Let's see how far we got to go back to find that. And if I recall correctly, it was added to Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, where we saw the Grandmaster Yoda legendary that we had. It got changed to the new one, which was no longer the animated look. It was instead the live action look here. Let's see. Is this the guy right here? Let's see. Of course, it's not loading. Watch. Knowing me, that was probably the image right there of Grandmaster that doesn't want want to show up here. Well, anyways, let me bring you on over to the game, and maybe we can find it in other areas right here. However, if you hop on over to Star Wars Galaxy Heroes, as you can see, I don't know when this happened, but it had to be somewhat recently, where all of a sudden now we're back to the Clone Wars animated look Yoda. Now, I wasn't a part of the camp that we might get a new Galactic Legend Yoda, you know, Dooku and stuff like that, because it doesn't make sense to have another Grandmaster when the Yoda we have is efficient enough. Same thing like Dooku. However, as we've been seeing, we're getting kind of semi-duplicate characters where Qui-Gon and Master Qui-Gon, there's not a lot difference from a timeline perspective. One has a poncho, one doesn't. So I don't think I would completely rule it out. That, who knows, maybe they're gonna do a new Yoda. I don't know how I feel about that though, but here we go. At least at the minimum, we have the video that showed it before they ripped it away from us. So if you can see right here, this was a little profile pic that we had where we got a little teaser of a new Yoda coming, and we were thinking, all right, maybe a Yoda rework, maybe an Omicron, but now they changed it. It's gone. Or maybe they just canceled their plans. Maybe they're going to update the Grandmaster Yoda to a live action look, and they're like, never mind. We're not going to do it. So I don't know how much I want to look into it. I like how it's not even loading up right now. Let's see if I can open it up. Here, let's open it up. Yeah, of course, it's not even opening up right now. Anyways, I just want to throw it on your radar. This road ahead, I'm guessing June, July is when it's going to be showing up, and we are going to get a new Galactic Legend confirmation, if I had to guess. It seems to be at about the right time. Jabba was a similar time. Leia was a similar time. Again, we only can work off patterns, so that's the pattern that I got for you guys today. But hey, people, I'm excited for tomorrow. Hope to see you guys there. 33 Grand Arena is opening up for the first time this season. Master Qui-Gon testing. My friends, it's going to be a good day tomorrow. Dare I say, it's going to be great in the Empire today.
Oh, it's great to be in the Empire today. The sun never sets.